What's up, everyone? Justin here, back, sadly, with another tribute show for a fallen legend in the world of pro wrestling. One of the all-time greats, definitely a legend. Wasn't ever a main event guy, but he was damn good in Florida. Florida Championship Wrestling, feuding with Dusty Rhodes. And just, he was tough. He wasn't that tall, but he was tough as hell. One of the best gimmicks ever, his devil type gimmick, where he's like a cult leader. He was so damn good at that. And just all around good guy. Out of wrestling, one of the nicest guys ever, I heard. Super nice, and very sad and tragic. He's no longer with us. Who am I talking about? Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster. Also in the 80s, he was the devil type gimmick and devil type character, like cult leader, whatever you want to call him. He was so damn good. He was ahead of his time. He really was. This is my tribute video to Kevin Sullivan. I'm just a long time, decades long wrestling fan of, 38 years. I've been a wrestling fan for 38 years now. Sadly, I wish I had a Kevin Sullivan action figure, but I don't. I don't have any Kevin Sullivan merchandise, sadly. I just have him in a couple wrestling magazines I have. He's in a few. Sadly, again, Kevin Sullivan was ahead of his time. He really was with that devil type gimmick. A lot of news articles about him passing. ESPN.com has an article about him. A lot of YouTube videos remembering Kevin Sullivan, celebrating his life. If you have Sirius XM, listen to Busted Open's tribute on Friday when Kevin Sullivan passed. Today he passed, sadly. This morning he passed. But listen to Busted Open's tribute to Kevin Sullivan. It was really good. Really good. Again, a ton of articles from ESPN to wrestling sites, Fox News, TMZ, the Daily Beast, the New York Times, just a ton of articles. Because Kevin Sullivan, the guy was a fucking legend. He was an all-time great. A genius mind for booking. He really was a genius as a booker. He was great. He booked the NWO. He booked the NWO when they started. He booked them and got heat on the NWO as a booker. And damn, he was great at it. As I said, he had legendary feuds with Dusty Rhodes and others. He was part of the original ECW when it was still Eastern Championship Wrestling. He was a part of that. And he was part of it a little bit in '94 still. But once they became Extreme Championship Wrestling, he wasn't a part of ECW anymore. But he's there in the beginning. 93 shows in 94. He was actually, Tommy Dreamer said this, I forgot. Kevin Sullivan was actually a ECW Tag Team Champion with Taz. That's insane. When Taz was a Tazmaniac. Also, Kevin Sullivan, former WCW Tag Team Champion with Cactus Jack in WCW. Sadly, never got a run. in the WWF or WWE. I don't even think he's in the Hall of Fame, which is sad. He should be. He contributed a ton. He contributed so much to wrestling. On camera and behind the scenes. A ton. Well, I heard from a friend of Kevin Sullivan's on Busted Open, the guy said he was in a nursing home and he was still booking. He was booking the shows when he was watching them. He was watching AEW and saying this is crap. And he thought he had better ideas. He probably did. Kevin Sullivan in his 70s, probably a smarter booker and way better than Tony Khan has been. So sadly, again, he passed away today, August 9th, 2024. He was born October 26th, 1949 in Massachusetts, Cambridge, Massachusetts. And again, his character was so good in the 80s. It felt so real that he was like a cult leader. The fans thought it was real back then. They thought he was legit the devil. And he was so good at it. That's why he should get praised. Goddamn spider here. Get out of here, please. Go away. Why he's climbing on his web towards my camera. So maybe he'll come in front of the camera and make an appearance. Go away, man. Now he's on the camera light. Go away, spider. I don't want to kill you. Anyways, it's distracting. Pretty big spider in front of me. Maybe that's a sign from Kevin Sullivan that the devil's here. Kevin Sullivan's here. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign he's watching this tribute. He's right here with me. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign this spider's Kevin Sullivan. I don't fucking know. But it's freaking me out. It looks like a yellow spider. Gold or yellow. Light brown. Looks like he's staring at me, legit. Right in front of me, right there. God almighty, it's pretty freaky. Spiders don't jump, I hope. He's on his web. It's distracting. He made a spider web in this room I record my videos in. Just please go away. Don't come near me. So, as I try to continue this tribute, Kevin Sullivan, again, ahead of his time. He had an all-time great gimmick, and he lived his character. In the 80s, he didn't travel with baby faces. He would never be seen. I gotta deal with this spider. Give me a second. So I'm back. I dealt with the spider. Don't worry about it. I took him, put him outside. Because he was like right in my face almost. And not leaving. So anyways. Kevin Sullivan, he lived his character. He didn't travel with baby faces. Also, fans that saw him in person, he didn't sign autographs either. Because that's what you do as an old school heel. He did not want to expose the business. And he lived his character and gimmick. But, off camera,